There's a silence that speaks louder than words. When you, as a man, take a step back, not in anger, not in desperation, but in grounded detachment, it unsettles her in ways you can't imagine. You don't storm out. You don't explain yourself endlessly. You don't beg. You simply shift your energy inward. You let her feel the absence that your presence once filled. And here's what happens in her mind. At first, she might not notice. She's used to the attention. She expects the follow-up text. She assumes the call is coming. She believes you'll double back, like every other man has. But then, nothing. You don't chase. You don't react. You don't explain. And the silence begins to echo. That's when something starts shifting in her perception. You've disrupted a pattern. You've taken control of the emotional rhythm. And now she's thinking. At first, confusion. Did he lose interest? Why hasn't he reached out? Is he talking to someone else? She replays your last conversation over and over, analyzing your tone, your last glance, your energy. But you remain still, collected. And that stillness? It unnerves her. Because emotional stillness in a man is rare. And rare triggers reflection. She remembers the moments when you were available, present, emotionally invested. And now, without your energy fueling the dynamic, she's left to deal with her own emptiness. Not yours. You see, women are intuitive. She knows when a man is chasing out of insecurity versus walking away with dignity. And when your silence is calm, not cruel, it triggers curiosity. A woman's mind starts connecting dots that weren't there before. Suddenly, the things you did begin to shine brighter in her memory. Your presence, your patience, your restraint, your effort. Now, without them, she feels a void. That void isn't loud, but it's consistent. That's the effect of a man who knows his worth. And here's the Stoic truth. You don't step back to manipulate her thoughts. You step back because your peace is no longer for sale. You withdraw because you realize chasing someone who isn't reciprocating is a betrayal of yourself. You understand that chasing is noise. Silence is power. And in that silence, the roles begin to shift. She starts to wonder if she misread your worth. If she underestimated the man in front of her. If she made a mistake by thinking you'd always be there. Because now, you're not where she left you. She searches for signs of your attention, but finds none. She expects you to fill the gap, but you don't. That's when she starts replaying everything she missed. All the ways you showed up. All the moments you gave more than you received. All the patience you extended. And now, she's feeling the absence of it all. This is not revenge. This is not a tactic. This is self-respect, distilled into behavior. Stoic men don't chase validation. They attract through value. They detach from games. They focus on alignment, not attention. Because here's what Stoicism teaches us. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. And never beg for a place in someone's life. The woman who truly values you will feel your absence far louder than your presence ever shouted. Not because you're playing hard to get, but because your peace is louder than your desperation. And it speaks a language only the emotionally mature understand. You see, when a man pulls back with grace, not ego, it forces a woman to evaluate not just you, but herself. Was she showing up with the same energy? Did she match your effort? Was she emotionally available, or just entertaining the comfort of your attention? And here's where it becomes powerful. When you pull back and focus inward, you create magnetic energy. Not by trying. By being. You become centered, calm, purposeful. You're not waiting. You're evolving. You're not wondering about her every move. You're deepening your discipline. You're moving in silence, not in sadness. And she senses that. Women have emotional radar. She knows when a man is acting out of wounded pride versus one who's finally stepping into his worth. And that awareness shifts the power dynamic completely. She may try to provoke a response. Post something suggestive. Send a vague message. Ask mutual friends about you. Anything to gauge whether she still holds emotional real estate in your mind. But here's the Stoic move. You don't react. You respond with detachment and dignity. Because you've realized something vital. Any relationship that requires you to abandon your peace is not worth holding on to. And when you live by that truth, people notice. Not just women, everyone. But for her, the impact is specific. Because she once had your emotional presence. She once held your attention. Now, without effort, she has neither. And that absence, it's louder than any confession. She may never admit it, but she feels it. The energy shift, the maturity, the quiet strength. It all speaks volumes. And here's the irony. The more you chase her, the less she values your presence. The more you step back with calm certainty, the more your worth starts to clarify itself. That's the Stoic path. To let your silence build curiosity. To let your absence create clarity. To let your peace become non-negotiable. Because at the end of the day, a man who knows when to walk away without burning the bridge is a man she remembers. Not because he tried to be remembered, but because he carried himself in a way that couldn't be forgotten.